Hello and good day, welcome to our YouTube channel, God's Promises. And today's video will be Book of Hebrews, chapter 12. Let's get started now. The Book of Hebrews, chapter 12 is a powerful chapter that reminds us to persevere in faith despite trials and difficulties. It encourages us to fix our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of our faith, and to endure suffering as discipline from a loving Father who is training us for righteousness. The chapter begins with a call to throw off everything that hinders us and the sin that so easily entangles us. We are encouraged to run with perseverance the race marked out for us, keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. Hebrews 12 verses 1-2. The author of Hebrews reminds us that Jesus endured the cross and its shame for the joy set before him. He is now seated at the right hand of the throne of God. In light of Jesus' example, we are called to endure trials and hardships with perseverance and faith, trusting that God is working all things for our good and His glory. Hebrews 12 verses 3-11. The author goes on to remind us that our suffering is not meaningless, but rather is discipline from a loving Father. Just as a parent disciplines their child for their good, God disciplines us for our good so that we may share in His holiness. Although discipline may be painful in the moment, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who are trained by it. Hebrews 12 verses 5-11. The chapter ends with a warning not to refuse God, who speaks to us from heaven. The author reminds us that God's voice shook the earth at Mount Sinai, and that His voice will shake the heavens and the earth once more. The author warns that we should be grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken, and that we should worship God with reverence and awe, for He is a consuming fire. Hebrews 12 verses 18-29. One of the key lessons we can learn from Hebrews 12 is the importance of perseverance in our faith. The Christian life is not always easy, and we will face trials and hardships along the way. However, we are called to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, who endured the cross and its shame for our sake. We are called to trust in Him, even when the path is difficult and unclear. Additionally, we are reminded that our suffering is not meaningless. God is working in and through our trials to refine us and make us more like Christ. We should not despise the discipline of the Lord, but rather welcome it, knowing that it is for our good. Another important lesson from Hebrews 12 is the call to worship God with reverence and awe. We are reminded that God is a consuming fire, and that we should approach Him with fear and respect. While we can approach God with confidence through Jesus, we should not take His grace and mercy for granted. Instead, we should be grateful for our salvation and worship God with reverence and awe. Finally, Hebrews 12 reminds us of the importance of community in our faith. We are called to run the race marked out for us together, encouraging and supporting one another along the way. We are not meant to endure our trials alone, but rather to bear one another's burdens and build each other up in the faith. In conclusion, the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 is a powerful reminder of the importance of perseverance in our faith, the purpose of our suffering, the need to worship God with reverence and awe, and the importance of community in our walk with Christ. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, endure our trials with faith and perseverance, welcome the discipline of the Lord, and worship Him with reverence and awe. Thank you for visiting us today. Please share with us your favorite Bible chapter below in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Looking forward to see you back here for our next video. Always take good care.